Part we were also.
Okay, we're about to go live. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on one second. Add a title. Okay, we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of Achieve 10X TV. My name is Jimmy Yen. I am a licensed acupuncturist, herbalist, and nutritionist. And I am, I've been interviewing local people who have been helping our local community, especially during these COVID times and stressful times. And today I'm super excited to have Lezlie Tram Lee. She's a commercial broker, and I think she's the first one I have interviewed. So Lezlie, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Jimmy. Thank you for the opportunities. And, as you know, right now, the situation and the economy that we're dealing with, a lot of questions about commercial real estate. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I think it will be great insight for everyone to have a glimpse into our world.
Yeah.
So a little bit about myself. My name is Lezlie Tram. I'm the CEO, also the commercial broker here in Austin, Texas, with the LT Commercial Group. We are minority woman-owned businesses, and actually, consider we're the only Asian minority commercial women.
Nice.
Believe it or not, I have about 9 ladies in this office. Okay.
Wow.
And they all A personality, but I love them to death. And we all get along. We're very happy to supporting our business, but also our clients. So yeah. I'm very happy with that. Currently, I'm the president of Asian Real Estate Association of America in the Austin chapter. And I'm also in a part of the Maynard City Advisory Board for the Economic Departments. So that's a little bit about myself, what I'm doing in my day.
Yeah. So how did you decide that, hey, you want to be a commercial broker? Like, what made you make that decision?
So you know what, Jimmy, this is as you can see, entrepreneurs is in our blood. It somehow is in our blood, right?
Yeah.
So at the age of 19, I started running my mom's business. Oh. And then, and then so learning from, just like, your parents own a restaurant, you start waiting table, and then soon it comes, you're doing the book for them, and you start knowing how to see the whole business structure work. And you have to help them because of the background of the immigrants. Most of the time we're in the front line to help our parents. Yeah. So from that, as the age of 19, then I always have to look at the leases for my mom, stores. And then I end up, buying my own. I bought my own business, and I started looking at leases. And at that time, when I look at the leases, all I think of is like, what are these words in here? And I really, it's mumbo jumbo. It's all, legal terms, and you don't understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, wherever the landlord give it to us, we just end up signing it. Yeah. We didn't even know what to negotiate, how to negotiate. Even though we got I got a commercial broker representing me. But technically, to them, it's just all about getting you the lease, but it's not so much on what in that lease will affect you from the day that you sign the lease until the end of the term of the lease. What can you do? And even post with the term of the lease, what can you do if your business continue on?
Yeah.
So with that, and with after 15 years of going through different businesses that I own, I decided that, most of the small businesses cannot afford to hire people to help them, to walk them through the process, right? So that's why I decided, let me learn a bit more about this. I think I read enough leases not to know to representing people, but let me learn what else, in this lease that I can help them. So I started identifying that, my passion in small business, and I don't know how to run this part of it. How about this? Let me learn on this. This is at least this portion of it. How can I represent them? And today, that's what the majority of the business that we do is we represent small, local business people. That's our core. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
And I want to come back to that small local. So you said you owned a lot of businesses. So what type of businesses did you own?
Well, it's jack of all trades in a way. But honestly, put it this way. So I start with salon,
Uh-huh.
and then we got into the restaurant business,
Yeah.
and then we got into the medical business,
Oh,
and
wow.
then I got into attorney, businesses. So within that dynamic,
Yeah.
I have run, from dentist office to attorney office to medical, some of the MD medical office, and also salons and restaurants. So yes, I think it's enough.
Yeah, that's a huge variety. But
It is.
that's really good because now you have that experience with almost every type of industry. So you can really, you have that knowledge and you can serve, your clients, them knowing that you actually have that background, which is awesome. I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you.
So you talk about, okay, so majority of your clients are small local businesses, right? And let's first talk about, COVID, obviously the big topic. COVID hit and you service all these, small local. So, a lot of small local micro businesses have been hurting since COVID. So has that affected your business?
Yes, my business, I will tell you a little bit more after this, but for my clients,
Yeah.
especially, we have been reaching out to all of our, current clients and past clients that were represented. And most of the time, I would say 20–30% of them asking the most questions like, do I pay rent? How can I pay rent? And how can I say keep my doors open?
Yeah.
So what we did was we helping them, advising them how to go back to the landlord, asking for help, asking for, anything that the landlord can be more assist to them.
Yeah.
Sometimes some landlord will be very, very open to give them, concessions.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of the landlord that really, what I would say, that needed the, on the more on a higher level of approval, and most of them understand that, and so part of it is we've been helping them to, in a way, not so much of negotiating, but it's more asking for help.
Yeah.
And that's where we have been communicating with the landlord with that, and then especially my clients, most of the time, they're in salon business, they're in restaurant business. As you know, you're Asian, I'm Asian. Well, they don't speak the language well enough to point them to the landlord to what they needed. So we just help them track that. Yeah.
Okay.
Deliver the message.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah, because it sounds like you're just basically providing more information, more guidance to your clients as to, where they should be asking, how they should be asking, what questions to be asking for their landlord, to get more information about what they can do during these times.
Well, not so much of that. We try to, I agree with you, but we're trying to find out what they really need.
Okay.
Most important part is what they really need. And then from that on, we craft the message with them and ask them, is this what you need? And then here you go. If this is what you need, then you need to go ask for help.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then how is it, so that's how it's affected your clients. How about how has COVID affecting your business?
Well, as you know, in commercial is where if the business hurt,
Yeah.
people are in the business owner are in, even not only COVID, but since the economy, as you see, all the protests,
Yeah.
when businesses hurt, it's a domino trigger effect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if the owner, all their worries right now is to focus more on how to survive,
Yeah.
versus how to expand and how to, you
Yeah.
know, that our business is to help people expanding, help people build. Right now, it's not in a mode of building, it's a mode of survival. So in a way, it does affect our business a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does that mean, since most people are not in the mode of expansion, does that mean that there's actually, you can get better deals for those that are expanding?
You know what? I can only speak for Austin at this moment for that. The truth is that there are some percentage of the deals that you can get a better deal. Mm-hmm. But for the local real estate, especially on the tenant and the landlord, the rental market, is that it doesn't. I have not seen the budge in between the price yet.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, this is still more as a stage of a vulnerable stage. So the landlord's still waiting to see what happened. And then on the tenant side or the buyer side, still waiting to see what's going to happen. So both sides haven't made any move because the economy hasn't been stable yet, in order for you to find the true or find the bottom line where everybody's standing at.
Yeah, that makes sense. So going back to new clients or current clients of yours, what are some other common questions that people are asking you right now, specifically during these unstable times?
So if we're talking about the tenant clients that we're representing, mm-hmm. Of course they're asking for help, help them talk to the landlord. Yeah. But on the if we're talking about for the investor on the real estate, most of the common question they ask me, where's the real estate market at? Where can I find a good deal?
Yeah.
Right? And the truth is, a good deal, real estate is a number game.
Okay.
It's a number game to me. It depends on how you play it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then another thing is Asians love to gamble, right? Depending on how you strategize it, how you play it. To me, it doesn't matter what kind of economy it is. If you play in the real estate game, it's all about the number and the timing. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then if the timing's right, the number makes sense. And then you buy in low, and of course you gain more. Yeah. That's usually my pitch. Because it's no right or wrong time.
Yeah.
It's just what going to work for that particular client or that particular investor or that particular portfolio, that it will fit into what you have your strategies work out or not. Yeah.
So like you said, right now there's uncertainty. The sellers and the buyers, they're all holding to see what happens. Do you see an opportunity, let's say, like for buying, like in what area of Austin do you project could be a good area to start looking to buy?
So it depends. Like I said, it's a game, right? It's a game, right? So you got to plan. You gotta know what you want to buy. It depends on what you want to buy. What can you if you buy the type of property that you buy, can you service those type of property? Is there demand for those type of properties? And also, how would you keep the property management, how do you lease, what type of tenants you want in there. So there's a lot of aspect when you break it down to smaller, components. You have to understanding what you really want or what you're looking into. Because right now, I have to say, if you have an appetite for residential, then I would say, hey, the nearest Apple, when they open, the better campus. The near Apple campus, right? That's what that's your rental. Naturally, you will get a lot of rental coming soon, right? But the second question is, what is the opportunity? But then, what's the threats? How many more new developments going to build there? How many apartment supplies there? And what's the cost for them to build, to rent out? And which is comparing to yours, can you compete with them in order to gain that type of tenants, right? So that's in a small back spectrum on the investor side is on the rental side. But then on the retail or office, right now, let's just say office, 60% of my staff still working from home. Yeah. Do we need 10,000 square foot, or we're going to shrink it down to 4,000 square foot?
Yeah.
Right. And then the another one's on retail. How many more restaurants going to be open? Because we haven't got a lot of inquiry, from our clients like, oh, I want to expand. I want to expand more, like I discussed with you before.
Yeah.
So that's the concern right now. You've got to understand your game well, and get the right people to work with you and advise you. And also keep an eye on the balls and do not lose signs right now. Yeah, if you really want to invest into real estate, you gotta keep your eyes on the balls.
So you mentioned like office space. So, do you project, is there because office, like you said, people are probably downsizing because everybody's working virtually, right? And some people, a lot of businesses are realizing, oh, wow, we can work virtually since we've been forced to, right? So it's like, so why do we even need an office now? And so do you see the supply and demand for office space? So do you see like, is it going to be a large supply now and less demand in regards to the office spacing in the next rest of the year?
You already answered the questions, so but I will reintegrate it. Okay? So to be honest with you, like we just talked about, the truth is that office will shrink down tremendously, and people are getting more creative.
Yeah,
and that's why, as you see, there's a lot of more creative office space coming up, which is it will supply a wide range of users to come in there. We call them user because a chiropractor like you can go in there, a pharmacist can go in there, but then you have a gyms can go right around the corner as well. So it's going to open up more flexibility for the office to turn into creatives. So that's the direction I see it's going. But if you already build a 10,000, 10 floor and 100,000 square foot office space, you got to think quick on your feet right now. What can you do with it? Yeah.
Okay. Does that mean, when you say creative, does that mean like the zoning laws are going to be kind of changed?
So no, Austin does have zoning. So yeah. What you have to identify when you buy a piece of land, you have to identify what type of use you can put in there. That's one on the zoning. Yeah. But then on the property types that you built, do you have adequate parking for those use to be, those just, I'm going to point out a few key factors.
Yeah.
Basic parking, zoning, and then, the demand for the areas. That's it. Yeah, and that would help a lot more on the creative office, we call it creative office because it is a general business zoning. Is already service a lot of that.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because Austin, like if you compare Austin to Houston, like I don't think Houston has zoning. That's why you have a gun shop next to, a wedding store and,
And
to
the elementary school.
yeah, elementary school, and so, but Austin, that's one of the great things about Austin. It does have zoning, but then sometimes it makes it a little more difficult, because
we can we can see the uniform of it,
yeah,
and that's the beauty of it. Because the end of the day, you want to see drop off your kids and there's a gun store right next to it.
yeah,
It's just common sense right there that I believe Houston is the only city in the entire United States that doesn't have zoning. I believe. So, yeah, it's just Houston.
that is weird.
Right. And they don't want to change it. So if you want to build something and you don't want to have ideas, just go down to Houston and build whatever you want to build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So going back, you do 100% commercial. I know you talked a little bit about residential, but you don't service residential, right?
Personally, I have our teams, sales team that does a lot of variety of different things.
Okay.
Majority of the time, what we do is we do an investor portfolio. So most of the time, we help the investor if they have an appetite for residential. We help them with residential as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their knowledge is very. They start their knowledge. These are all ladies. They're very meticulous. So they. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So what type of clients are you looking for right now?
Right now, what we're looking for is if anyone would like to invest into real estate, I think strategically sit down and put a plan together.
Okay.
Right. Everything in what we do is planning, and then execute. Right. Right. So if you don't plan ahead, and if you fail to plan, that's a lot of money, a lot of money at stake.
Yeah.
And get the right people on the bus. That's my one piece of advice, right? Because it takes a few different. If you want to build something, you want to build a house. You have architect, you have all kinds of different people. So you got to make sure that those people are on the bus with you and know what they're doing. Yeah. And I would like for the clients, I would like to offer them the services that what we are, we live and breathe here, and be able to help them. To me, buying real estate is your retirement plan. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. So you got to plan it right. You got to make sure that number works for you. Yeah. You make sure you take good care of it daily in order for them to be successful at it. So to me, anyone to invest into real estate, wanting our help and needing our help, we're open door for them. Yeah. We also help with international as well. So we help a lot of people from Asia, from Costa Rica. We have one of our ladies speak, Spanish, Costa Rican. So we have a wide varieties. Yeah.
Okay, good. So basically, you're looking for investors regardless of where they are in the world.
Absolutely. If they come to Austin, look at our economy. Amazon coming, so Apple's about to open up a million square foot campus. Yeah. And believe it or not, for the projections of 2030, we are up to 2.5. That's crazy number. A jump from that, and imagining, all the since because of Austin has zoning, so the type of property that we have here, that at least we can plan ahead, that we don't have a gun shop right next to the elementary school that we invest in. So like I said, it's a lot better.
Nice.
In my opinion. No, I have nothing against Houston.
Yeah, I know.
It's just we can at least can plan ahead of time. Oh, who is right next to us?
Yeah. Well, this is awesome. Definitely lots of information. I appreciate that. So Lezlie, any last words that you would like to share with the audience?
There's a few things that I've been working on and I want to share with the audience that we want to shout out to the the Black community that we are here. Stand with them, stand together with them, with the Asian community, and we stand with them. We understand what racism feel about. The only problem is the Asians keep their head down and keep the focus on, and so they don't really go and fight back or do much. But we are here with them, and we want to let them know that we will do anything we can to fight these, against racism that has been a challenge for all of us,
yes.
not just one race, all of us. So I will make that an effort for our communities going forward. So.
Well, I appreciate that, and they're very well said. Well, Lezlie, thank you for your time, and you're tagged in this post. So if you can share, your contact information where people can, investors that need the help can locate you and contact you.
Sure. Thank you. I will. I appreciate it, and thank you for the opportunity to be on the show, Jimmy. And I you as a small business owner too. So let's stick together. Let's ride this way together, and then let's come out ahead.
Yes.
And do the best.
I completely agree. I appreciate that. All right. Well, you have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.